Attention all software developers. If you're letting ChatGPT write all your code for you, you're making a huge mistake. And if you're like most developers, that mistake is leading to more bugs, more frustration, and it's actually making you a slower and worse developer in the long run. I know this because I've seen it with some of my developer friends, and I've even caught myself making this mistake too. But rest assured, by the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how to use ChatGPT the right way to build whatever you want and actually become a better developer in the process. If that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Okay, so a while back, I had somebody reach out to me and hire me to help them build a Shopify app in PHP. Mind you, I hadn't written PHP since 2017, so I had no idea what I was doing. But I thought to myself, man, this is not gonna be a big deal. Like, I've built a Shopify app in JavaScript before. Honestly, I could just vibe code this. This should work out just fine, right? This is gonna be easy money. That's what I thought. So I hopped on GitHub. I found an old template for PHP for Shopify app development. I booted it up. I started writing some ChatGPT prompts, and I thought ChatGPT can help me fill the gaps and figure this out. And yeah, it kind of did. I built something that worked, kind of, but it just kept failing during the app installation process when trying to install it on different Shopify stores. And I had no idea why that was happening. Now, it would have been really easy to just blame ChatGPT and then jump to a different tool like Claude Code or Gemini or whatever other AI LLMs are out there. I could have done that, but the LLM is not the problem. ChatGPT was not the problem. The problem was me. In order for ChatGPT to work really well, it needs to have proper context, but you're the one that has to give it the proper context. And if you have no idea what you're doing, you can't ask it to do something because it's not gonna know either. It's gonna jump and make assumptions. At the end of the day, you're the one that has to make sure you give ChatGPT everything it needs to create the output that you want. So if you have no idea what you're doing, you're just gonna be randomly prompting ChatGPT and hoping for the best. And as one of my mentors used to always say, hope is not a strategy. So in my case, it wasn't until I took a step back and focused on web development fundamentals and what was going on in the back end and created like a little mind map of how all the different things in the GitHub project I was using was working, was I finally able to debug the problem and actually solve it, and boom, the app installation was working now. So the whole point of telling you that story is to tell you that AI tools like ChatGPT are not supposed to replace you. At the end of the day, you're the lead developer. You're the one using the tool. You have to make sure that you're still thinking through a problem. Trying to let AI do all the thinking for you is a trap, and I don't want you to fall in it anymore. And that's exactly what I want to show you in this video. How to use ChatGPT and other AI tools the right way to build something in a way that allows you to become a better problem solver in the process. Because the better you are at solving problems, the better context you can give ChatGPT and the better outputs you're gonna get. And then that's when your productivity shoots up and using these tools can actually become a superpower. Okay, so let's talk about how to use ChatGPT the right way. Do you guys remember when we used to use Stack Overflow to find answers to our problems? So if you're not familiar with this, Stack Overflow is a forum website that people post a bunch of different problems they have related to web development, and other developers would come in and start answering the problems, right? Start providing their own solutions and things like that. That was how we got help on a problem before tools like ChatGPT started to come out. Back then, most developers would just copy and paste an answer from Stack Overflow and just hope for the best. But the real ones out there know that the real value came from understanding the solution, seeing why it worked, and then adapting it to fit the problem you're trying to solve. AI tools like ChatGPT are no different. ChatGPT is honestly just a more modern version of Stack Overflow. You shouldn't just blindly trust whatever answer it produces. You need to use your own brain and push back against the answer if you disagree. So when using ChatGPT, I want you to start asking why. Scrutinize everything. If it gives you an answer and you read it and you're just like, I I don't really get it. Why do we do this? Start asking, why? Hey, ChatGPT, why did you suggest this? And then look at their response and then actively give pushback if you don't agree. Or maybe you don't understand the response and you say, hey, ChatGPT, I don't really understand why you suggested this. Can you please break this down and help me understand how this is gonna help us solve this problem? And then actually read the responses. Just start asking why. Once you start doing that, you're gonna start to have a back and forth with ChatGPT, similar to how you would with another developer you're working with. And that back and forth is gonna be how you learn how to solve problems better. You learn how to think of things better. And doing that is gonna actually help you come up with better solutions. You need to start thinking of ChatGPT like a junior developer. Junior developers come up with lots of great ideas, but just because an idea sounds good on paper doesn't mean it'll work well in practice. Maybe there's a better and simpler way to solve the problem that you're trying to solve. In this situation, you're the senior dev here. It's up to you to make that call about if something is a good idea or not. All right, so just to show you that I actually practice what I preach, I'm gonna show you an example of this whole process in my own life. Recently, I built an app for the Shopify App Store, and one of the App Store requirements is that I create a preview function so that users of the app can see what their changes look like before saving them and making them live. The only way to do this is to temporarily save the preview data somewhere so that when the person clicks the preview button, it opens a new tab and they can see their data. So I asked ChatGPT, how do I temporarily store data in this way to use for the preview? When I asked ChatGPT about how I could store this preview data, it recommended for me to create a new table in my database called previews and store the information there, and then use a cron job to clear out the table at the end of every day. If you don't know what a cron job is, it's basically just code that runs repeatedly on a schedule. Now, that suggestion from ChatGPT would have worked, but it felt like overkill. Why do I have to create an extra database table to manage in production just to show previews? I thought to myself, there has to be an easier and simpler way to do this, right? So I went to ChatGPT and said, hey, why did you suggest this? And is there an easier way we can go about doing this? After sifting through all of the ideas that ChatGPT gave me, it made a recommendation to set something up called an in-memory cache. After looking into it, I realized that's exactly what I needed, and that's actually what I ended up going with. An in-memory cache serves as temporary storage for an app during a user's active session. And the cool thing about it is that as soon as the session is no longer active, the cache will automatically delete itself. That's exactly what I needed. I just needed to temporarily store the data for a few minutes and then get rid of it when I no longer needed it. This solution not only worked exactly the way I wanted, it was actually simpler and easier to implement and didn't involve me having to manage an extra database table in production. Now, the lesson in my story is simple. AI can be a massive help to you, but it shouldn't replace you in your own thinking. You need to look at its suggestions carefully, ask why, and then use that back and forth to create a solution that actually fits the problem you're trying to solve. All right, here's a little bonus tip for those of you that stuck around up until this point of the video. One of the most powerful ways to use AI tools like ChatGPT outside of writing code is to help you communicate complex technical ideas to non-technical people like project managers and company executives. One of the most difficult things for developers is to communicate complex technical ideas or solutions to a problem in a way that project managers, company executives, and pretty much any non-technical person can understand. That way you can properly explain why something is taking so long or the impact the solution will have on whatever it is the company's doing. ChatGPT makes it really easy to communicate these ideas in just one prompt. Take a screenshot of the prompt you see on the screen right now to help you do this. Look at the part of the prompt that says insert your technical problem or solution here and update that part of it with whatever it is you're trying to create a simpler explanation for. I'll include this prompt in the video description as well as the pinned comment of this video. Using AI in this way to become a better communicator will show your team exactly the kind of impact your code is having on the business. And trust me, everyone wants a developer on their team that's actively thinking about how their code is gonna make the company better. So try it out, let me know what you think. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you like this video, check out this next one that you should see on the bottom left of the screen. I think you're really gonna enjoy it, so check it out, and I can't wait to see you in there.